Good morning, friends. I hope that you have gone ahead and planted your kit and are waiting and watching for it to grow, just like I am. It's really hard to have the patience to wait, but there's a lot going on under that soil while we wait. I'd like to read this story to you today called The Surprise Garden. But before I do, let's take a look at my seeds. You can see I have my tray sitting in the sun. I have my water right next to it. And do you remember those beans I told you about? Look at what they've done. Can you see all those roots reaching down into the paper to get water? And look at, they sprouted. You can even see the bean itself is still kind of attached. Isn't that amazing? All that happened in just 5 days. So I'm going to water my lettuce seeds. Remember, I'm using my spoon and just giving it a little bit. Now, I noticed something yesterday with mine. Mine's in a styrofoam container. And if yours is in a styrofoam container, you might be having the same problem I am. I don't think the water is draining out of those holes at the bottom. I've been lifting it up and there's been no water down there, but this has been getting a little bit too wet. So I've been turning it like this to let any extra water out. It looks pretty good today. I think it's okay, but if yours looks like it's getting really, really wet, you might just tip it like this and let the water, see how it's dripping out a little bit. But boy, we had a lot of sun yesterday, so I think there's a lot of good stuff happening underneath that soil, and the roots are starting to grow, and I think soon we'll see something peeking out the top. Meanwhile, let's read this story called The Surprise Garden. We're planting the seeds for a surprise garden. Can you guess what will grow? We don't know. It's a surprise. First, we use our trowel and rake to loosen the soil. If you don't know what a trowel is, that's what this is. It's a little sort of mini shovel with a point to dig into the dirt. Mom has given us each a handful of all kinds of seeds. Look at all the different shapes and sizes. We poke the seeds into the soil one by one. We have painted sticks different colors to mark the different kinds of seeds. Then we water the seeds and wait for our surprise garden to grow. That's where we are in our planting process. We're waiting, and that's so hard sometimes. Soon, the seeds sprout into small green shoots. Look at all the different types. See the worm? We water the plants, and the sun warms them. Our garden grows and grows. On some plants, flowers bloom. See white flowers here, yellow flowers over here. Do you see all the bugs and the birds? They love gardens too. Before long, the petals fall off, and surprise, we see peas and beans and squash. On some plants, leaves grow close to the ground. Surprise, we see spinach and lettuce. That's what we're growing. And look, bunnies love lettuce. And what is growing here? Surprise, broccoli and cauliflower. Is anything growing here? Surprise, we find carrots and radishes that are growing under the ground. Here is the longest plant in the garden. Flowers bloomed on this plant too, and surprise, we found a big watermelon. Look how big that is. Here is the tallest plant in our garden. Surprise! It's a sunflower full of tasty seeds. All summer long, the food in our surprise garden ripens. We like to pick the food and eat it too. Surprise! We're having a garden party. Look at that giant salad full of all that delicious food right from their own garden. These are all the different things that were in their surprise garden. I have another surprise garden that I'm growing at home too. I planted these 1 week ago. Look what great surprises. There's summer squash in the back. Zucchini just starting to come up in this row here. Some just peeking out, just starting. These with the red stems are beets. Lots of growing going on underneath. My favorite are these nice tall ones here. Those are cucumbers. I love cucumbers. And the front row are a type of sunflower. Look how tall they are already. These are getting ready for me to be put in the garden, but our seeds are a little bit behind. So we just need to keep watching and waiting, and I'll see you next Wednesday and we'll see. Surprise! Maybe there will be something for us to look at. See you soon. Have a great weekend.